All right. All right, let's go. I think it's working. Yeah. All right, so let me close these tabs. Starting off right, last week we took a couple of trades. Euro USD. Yeah, Euro USD took a loss. NZD USD. I'm just gonna search for these things. NZD USD took a loss. USD CAD took a beautiful 1-4 risk to reward, making back both of those trades and then some profit. Simple as that, my nigga. Simple as that. And then obviously AUD CAD, very much still in this trade. For if price can break and retest this zone, or if price can retest this zone and give us another entry signal, I will then take a second position here. Second position, stop loss, as I would anyways, take profit here. Then this stop loss gets moved to this stop loss. And we continue the trade's momentum. If price comes above, breaks and retests above this level, I'll look to get out the trade. Potentially. But since we're on the pairs already, might as well roll into, obviously this week, monthly, clearly shown, looking at the previous month's candle, right? Well, overall bearish to begin with. Big wick to the upside, indicating, okay, high selling pressure. Yes, a doji at the end of another bearish candle could indicate a low, but because the wick is so high to the upside, it's not to the downside, right? The very two different things. Example, wick to the downside, doji, price comes into this high buying pressure, pushes up. There was high buying pressure here. We saw that reflect in this week's, well, that month's price, push to the upside. Now we could see the complete opposite, push to the downside, right? So you come to the weekly, where you could see that push to the downside. Look at it. It's just clean as day. Clean as fucking day. Lower high, evening star, boom. Momentum is now shifted from bullish to bearish. Now we're looking for that sell. We could either see like one little candle pullback, a little wick pullback continuation. That's what I'm looking for. Price to simply retest this. All the time frames bearish. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. Next pair. Next pair. Next pair is again beautiful. We don't trade ugly pairs, right? The monthly closed, you see, tweezer top. Then this month price tried to push up. At one point, it was an engulf candle. Sellers have rejected it from this area, creating this little inside candle for a potential continuation to the downside, right? Why do we say this? Because the weekly has shifted structure, creating a left head, a right shoulder now, potentially. The shift is not potential. The shift is there indicating we're at a high of a time frame above and the pullback is going to start. Now we see in the potential left head, right shoulder, we could definitely see price. I say definitely, but we could see price evening star, continue price to the downside, eventually reject this, boom, boom, right? Do some sort of shenanigans. Price come down here, reject that maybe. Finish the monthly off with another big wick as a rejection from that. I don't know, but my bias is price pushing down, definitely. I'll come down to the daily then. Very similar price action to AUD CAD. If you look at the top, we have left head, right shoulder, engulfing. We're overall bearish, never shifted. But left head, right shoulder, engulfing blow, resistance, support, wick retest. We've retested this break, confirming this break is holding. Daily engulfing, yet again, 2 candles. Now there's 2 entries, right? There's the aggressive entry, which is going to be if price rejects this zone, pulls back, retests the 4-hour EMA. Why I would take this entry is because 1, we're rejecting the EMA. 2, we need to create a weekly wick pullback. 3, the 4-hour just shifted. Splendid. It's just shifted bearish ever so slightly with this candle. 4, it would give me opportunity to have my stop loss above the overall daily area of interest, which is up here. And plus, like I just said, the weekly wick pullback. Beautiful. So many things aligning for you to potentially take that, right? It's nice. It's very nice. Plus 2-hour shifted EMA, 1-hour EMA. Everything's there for me to take that trade, right? Everything's lining up for me to take the trade at this point. I'm more than happy to enter a position here. 60, 70 pip stop loss. 1 to 4. And then if price does continue to break, retest this, you have, again, another opportunity to trade the break and retest. But if price continues to just stop you out, it's cool. You weren't meant to be in that. But if the probabilities are there for price to continue to push back down to this, there's enough confluences from the higher time frame to indicate that this lower time frame indication of a smaller push could lead to the bigger push. Babushka. Next pair, Euro AUD. This one's just too clean. Pullback, doji rejection, hammer rejection, bullish candle, small bullish candle. Buyers are trying to push the market up. Now we've seen buyers push the market up. Monthly, huge wick rejection. Daily left head, right shoulder, just broken, confirming this inverse head and shoulders, rejecting the EMA. All we need now is simply a retest of the neckline, and there's a beautiful opportunity to take the trade up to this previous structure point, which is mainly a daily take profit. Either this or the top. One or the other. But either way, there's still a beautiful opportunity here to trade this, right? 1 to 2, 1 to 3. And that's just off a rough. There you go. You know, you get a nice stop loss, 1 to 3, boom, boom, boom. But anyways, that's what I want to see here. I want to see price come down. 4-hour high low, 2-hour reject the EMA, 1 hour come underneath, give me that engulfing on the 2-hour, 1 hour, close above the 1-hour EMA after coming underneath whilst rejecting the 2-hour. You know what I'm saying, nigga? Yeah? Next pair. Right, 4-hour shifted bearish, right? But just look at this. Look at this, right? Tell me this don't look sexy, right? Big titted blonde. This is what this is, right? But she's wearing oversized hoodie, so you can't really tell she's got big titties, but she's got a nice face, you know? Engulf, right? Huge wick rejection, engulfing. Now the monthly is above the EMA, so when price pulls back on the lower time frames, we could potentially see price have a reaction from that monthly EMA to push it to the upside alongside this left head, right shoulder, shift of structure on the weekly, indicating the monthly is going to continue to push to the upside. With this beautiful daily shift of structure, rejection to the EMA, rejection to the area of interest. This is a trade that I would happily risk money on. We just simply need price to come a little bit more into this area. Gives the trade opportunity. And you take profit set up there, my brother. Right up there. Yeah. If you want to be statistical about it, you could even place it somewhere within that zone, you know? Statistical type of nigga would have placed it somewhere within there. That 4-hour previous high would definitely be somewhere to consider. You know? Just play the probabilities. You know what's cleanest. But yeah, I love that. I love that. Again, don't chat to me. Don't chat to me. Pushed up, rejected. Again, we've done this on the other pair as well. You see how this candle rejected to the upside. Still bullish, but rejected to the upside, indicating selling pressure. Now when I go down to the weekly, potential double top, evening star formation, weekly engulfing here. And we just happen to have created new structure, making this the higher high, this the higher low. This is now screaming. Oh no, sorry. This is the higher low. This is the higher high. My mistake. So now we could easily see price reject this, shift this. Boom, we come down, we shift. Now we're bearish, then we create a lower high, then we start this whole continuation to the downside. But we're initially looking for this wick pullback push on the daily, which is, as you know, lower high on the daily, which happened to have just shifted structure, reject the EMA to create the higher low, the lower high even. Entry right there, rejection, yada, yada, yada. Rah. Bro, this shit's too easy. It's too easy to be broke. You know, like, look how clean that is. Price comes back into this area, 4-hour lower high, daily lower high, weekly rejection of a high, monthly rejection of a high. And we ain't even looking at lower time frame confluences at the area yet. Like, oh, I'll watch them line up. Like, oh. Next pair, Euro GDP. Yeah, this is a pair that I believe is at the bottom. No, we'll do this one last. GDP CHF, right? This thing's PTSD from this, to be honest. Price is in the exact same spot it was a year ago when it didn't want to do fuck all. So we see potential selling pressure to push the market down. Why? Because the weekly's so beautifully bearish. Evening star formation. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Right? EMA rejection on the weekly. Sorry. EMA rejection on the weekly. The daily has just shifted structure bearish. Then all we're waiting for is a wick pullback, retest of the EMA, little 4-hour rejections over here. You get me? Sell position. First one potentially there. Second one again, break and retest. You get second entry plus confirmation of a continuation. But if you look left, price has been here before and we've been in the same trade before. Literally a fucking year. Last year. Price looked so beautiful to continue to sell all the way down and did fuck all for months. Yeah. Half the year price just moved sideways. So, you know, not my favorite pair. But a market is a market. If the opportunity is there, there's no other job to do but to take it. This, we need to see price break above, shift structure, bullish, retest the EMA, then create a higher low. So, that ain't happening with a wick pullback. Let's just say that. A weekly wick pullback is not creating a higher low. So that's why this is at the bottom of the list, because I want more confirmation to take this buy with the weekly. The weekly's only had one red bullish candle after so many. Like we had a little morning star, but let me see another weekly bullish candle above. Then let me enter on the wick pullback of that one, which will be the perfect higher low when market's already bullish, above the EMA, above the area of interest, above psychological level. I'm waiting for next week realistically on this, but market could just push up one day, pull back 2 day, 3 day, pussy boy. So we keep the market, But simple, simple, clean, sophisticated, educated type of nigga. You get me? Well, that took fucking 10 minutes. That was a piece of piss, man. Sorry, 16 minutes. Money I fi make, money I fi spend,